So here's the thing. Halloween is just around the corner, and that means it's time to get spooky. See, we here at the Strongman YouTube channel like to keep Halloween fun, and what's a better mix of fun and creepy than Doom? The epitomal classic FPS which pretty much jump-started the whole genre. Its legacy is immeasurable, and by my account, the first two games still hold up. I only first played Doom 1 and 2 last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed them. There's just something downright fun about the games and the way they're designed. The games are so important that pretty much everyone knows Doom. Hell, your dad probably knows what Doom is, and he can't tell a Pokemon from a Digimon. But with that being said, there's still a lot of Doom stuff out there that a lot of people just don't know about. And that's what an iceberg is for. We all know what an iceberg is for, right? List of the lesser known stuff of a series, split into layers, more known on the top, less known on the bottom, all that stuff. More specifically, we're going to be using the Bloodberg, created by Out of Context Boomer Shooters and Saturn Scent on Twitter. And while we're talking about this, go check out my Twitter. There's pretty much nothing there, but maybe I'll find a use for it. I don't know. Also, like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. You know the drill. Okay, I did the YouTuber thing. Enough preamble. Let's rip and tear our way through this thing. Doom was downloaded more than Windows. Pretty simple fact here. The original Doom was so popular it was on more computers than Windows 95 for 2 years after it launched. And with how successful Windows 95 was, this could give you a feeling for how successful Doom was. John Romero said, "During the final boss of Doom 2, there's a famous Easter egg where if you no-clip through the wall, you can see the head of John Romero, the co-founder of id Software, the developers of Doom. Daisy. Daisy is Doomguy's pet rabbit who was unfortunately killed during the demon invasion of Earth. In Quake Champions, he has an artifact that reads, the left hind foot of his pet rabbit Daisy, killed by the marauding demons when their invasion of Earth began. He carries it as a reminder of innocence lost. Not for luck. After all, it wasn't lucky for Daisy. Zero Master. Zero Master is one of the most famous Doom speedrunners out there, but he's also well known for co-founding the Doom Speed Demos Archive, one of the earlier speedrunning sites out there that still runs to this day. The Unmaker. A weapon in Doom 64. It was unique in that you could actually upgrade it by finding demon keys hidden amongst the game, and if you got all three, it would become even more powerful than the famous BFG. It may return in Doom Eternal. There's also an unused weapon in Doom called the Unmaker, which seems to be very similar to the Doom 64 version, which is where the weapon got its name. Doom clones. Back when the FPS genre was a new thing, and after the success of Doom, gaming journalists began to call FPS games Doom clones. Games like Rise of the Triad, Star Wars Dark Forces, and Duke Nukem 3D were all labeled as Doom clones. I guess gaming journalists just can never get anything right. Armored Mancubus. The Mancubus is an enemy introduced in Doom 2 which shoots fireballs at the player. I believe this is in reference to the Cyber Mancubi that can be found in Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. Super Turbo Turkey Puncher 3. A joke game in Doom 3 where you punch a turkey. It was also referenced in Doom 2016. Sonic Robo Blast 2. Sonic Robo Blast 2 is an incredible Sonic fan game that's been worked on since 1998. It's widely praised for its fun and open 3D Sonic gameplay and also has a pretty fun kart racing mod. It's also running on the same engine as Doom. It's a common misconception that it's a Doom mod, but no, it's just on the same engine. Infinitely tall enemies. Enemy hitboxes in the first two Doom games stretch up and down forever. This was done to make it possible to shoot enemies beneath or above you because you can't actually look up or down in those games. Pacifist Run. A Pacifist Run is a playthrough of Doom where you don't hurt or kill any enemies. Depending on what game you're playing, this could be impossible, but surprisingly most of the classic Doom games can be beaten without hurting anyone. Master Levels. An expansion pack for Doom. It's often criticized and was the last official expansion pack for the classic Doom games. Wolfenstein Level. There's a level in Doom 2 where you can play through a modified Wolfenstein level, complete with no C's and Mecha Hortler. I can't actually say the words because YouTube will get mad at me. Doom Guy Toys. I'm pretty sure this is in reference to the fact that there's a lot of merchandise of Doom, including toys and plushies. Cheat codes. Doom 1 and 2 have cheat codes. These include typing IDDQD for invincibility and IDFKA for a max inventory. Hell. Alright, so on the list, I literally just have it say, I'm not specifying this. I think we all know what hell is and what this has to do with Doom. Christian symbolism. Doom can be seen as a Christian game, as you go around sending demons to hell, making it the best Christian video game ever made. This makes the controversy about it being demonic even funnier. Can it run Doom? A very common meme on the internet brought about by the fact that really smart people seem hell-bent on making basically anything run Doom. This ranges from a pregnancy test to a calculator to Minecraft. Mother Demon. The final boss of Doom 64. Here's a clip of her being killed by the Unmaker before she can even let out an attack. I told you his weapon was overpowered. Doom Guy is gay. I mean, at one point maybe this theory would hold water, but he does have a wife and child, so I doubt it. Unused Doom 1 weapons. The Unmaker isn't the only unused weapon in Doom 1. Take, for example, the beta version of the BFG, which does this! Thank God they changed that. Chex Quest. The greatest cereal box toy ever made. Pretty much just a full-fledged Doom mod that you could get for free in a box of Chex cereal. There's also a sequel released for free on the Chex website. There was even a remake, which I played, and I don't think is very good. H-Doom is canon. Just gonna rip the band-aid off here. H-Doom is a mod for Doom where all the demons are turned into sexy anime girls, and instead of killing them, you fuck them. Anyways, in Doom Eternal, we learn that there are multiple planes of reality, but one hell, Durak, which is basically heaven, and Doomslayer. They just go from one to another in a constant war. The multiverse explanation is seen by many people as a sort of canonization of every single Doom mod. This would also include H-Doom. John Romero is the icon of sin. When you enter the final boss room of Doom 2, you hear some backward speech. Reverse it back to normal and you hear,
"To win the game, you must kill me, John Romero."
Doom Guy and Isabel. Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing New Horizons were both released on the same date, March 20th, 2020. There was considerable hype for both, and seeing how this was about the time where the world started falling apart for a few years, Doom and Animal Crossing fans came together and make a lot of fan works depicting both Doomslayer and Isabel as best friends. It really took off because the violent Doomslayer paired with the seemingly innocent but secretly an alcoholic Isabel was kind of funny. Doom movies. Did you know that there are not one, but two official Doom movies? And somehow they're both equally awful. But hey, one of them stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so it's got points for that. Reuse sprites. There are a few instances in the older Doom games of sprites being altered a bit to act as new enemies, these being the Caco demons and pain elementals, Barons of Hell and Hell Knights, and demons and specters. Doom cameos. With Doom being as popular as it is, Doom and Doom Guy have cameoed in a lot of media. Daisy apparitions. This is either a parody of the Warrior apparitions or a reference to the fact that you can sometimes find Daisy the Rabbit in Doom Eternal. Duke Nukem Easter egg. Doom Guy makes a cameo in Duke Nukem 3D. Dead. I don't know exactly what quip Duke would say here, but I'm gonna bet something like, "Damn, that guy was doomed from the start."
That's one Doom Space Marine.
Doom was initially a D&D game. In an interview with John Romero, he revealed that the concept that would eventually become Doom was inspired by a D&D campaign. You know, a lot of people thought that both games were satanic at one point. I wonder if there's a connection there. Evolution was a spelling mistake. Basically just a fan theory that, instead of being an intentional pun, the Evolution expansion pack was supposed to be called just the Evolution. Doom Guy is a demon. This is a theory that was posited by the Iceberg creator with his friends. See, at the end of Doom Eternal, you kill the Dark Lord, who might as well be Satan, and Doom Guy gets really weak and faints. It even says at one point something along the lines of, everything that is connected to him is now weakened, or something along those lines. So the theory goes that he is at least part demon, since Dark Lord is, after all, technically Satan. Doom Guy is Texan. Canonically speaking, yes, Doom Guy lives in Mesquite, Texas, the same town where id Software's headquarters is located. Cheating speedruns. A lot of people have cheated when it comes to doing speedruns for the Doom series, through a variety of means, from slowing down the game and then speeding it up in post, to pre-programming the buttons you press to make your gameplay theoretically perfect, also known as a tool-assisted speedrun, or TAS. Doom 3 Shotgun Backlash. Doom 3 is a very different game compared to the rest of the series. Not bad, but more akin to Dead Space than Doom. A good example of this is the shotgun, which was made much more inconsistent. Hell, while getting footage for the video, I ended up finding great examples of this. Sometimes my shotgun would one-shot basic enemies, sometimes it'd take 3 shots. Doom RPG. A Doom-inspired RPG made for mobile devices in 2005. Meaning this shit was meant to be played on a fucking Motorola Razr. Theorized to be what the Mancubus is saying in Doom 2. According to an interview with John Romero, he's actually saying Doom PS1 ambience. The PS1 port of Doom ditches the fun rock music used in the PC version, which really does change the game's mood. Though personally I think it's a bit of a downgrade as I prefer Doom to be high-octane action, it's still its own thing and fun. Doom 3 Xmas. Christmas mod for Doom 3. That's about it. Doom 3 is canon. Before Doom Eternal, some people theorized that Doom 3 was canon, just taking place before Doom 1 and 2, seeing how we actually see Doom Guy first arrive on Mars. However, now that we have Doom Eternal out, it's possible that it's canon just in a different way. Commander Keen level. Another secret level in Doom 2, you can find Commander Keen, another id Software property, hanging by his neck. You can also make him explode. Fun! Doom 3DO port development hell. The 3DO port for Doom was apparently a total fucking nightmare. The game could barely run on the thing, there were promises made that couldn't have possibly been kept, and the programmer was apparently hired being told the game was almost done, when in reality it had barely even been started. This resulted in one of the worst Doom ports ever made. Human Samuel Hayden. Samuel Hayden is a character introduced in Doom 2016 as a human, but in Doom Eternal he's revealed to have actually been a seraphim. I guess this is a theory saying that there is a Samuel Hayden out there, or there was one at one point, and the seraphim just assumed his role. Doom 3 beta was scarier. Another one that's pretty self-explanatory. While Doom 3 does push a horror mood, its beta was even scarier and darker, really barely being a Doom game. Doom 3 and Doom 64 happened at the same time. It's not impossible. There's this huge page on the Doom Wiki about the shared timeline theory, and honestly it's a pretty nifty read, but the gist of the theory is that Doom 2016 is a direct follow-up on Doom 3, and the other games were done at the same time thanks to the aforementioned time nonsense. That makes all the mods canon too. Cthulhu references. Mount Erebus is the setting of Lovecraft's story of Mountain of Madness, as a volcano in Antarctica. It's also a level in Doom, so there you go. Doom comic. There's an official Doom comic, although it isn't canon. While at first it was hated, it became an endearing meme in the Doom community and even the origin of the famous Rip and Tear line. Life Sphere icon was a 1-up. Originally, Doom was going to have a life system, and the Life Sphere was meant to be a 1-up. Depending on the difficulty you're going for, the removal of this was either not that big of a deal or a godsend. Not C symbol cut out of Easter egg. The funny looking L thing was cut out of the Wolfenstein level in Doom 2. Apparently, Doom 2 predicted YouTube. Columbine.lad. This one's a little fucked up. Maps designed around the Columbine High School were found on the hard drives of the Columbine shooters, and it was theorized that this was used for them to plan out their shooting. Doom novels. There are 4 Doom novels with some pretty sick cover art, not gonna lie. While the first 2 somewhat follow the plot of Doom 1 and 2, Infernal Sky and Endgame are fucking out there. Unused Archvile sprites. The Archvile is a monster introduced in Doom 2, and they have a few sprites that went unused in the game. That's about it. Dead Marine sprites traced from real gore. This one's just a rumor, but we'll actually talk about it more later, as it's explained more later in the Iceberg. Beta Revenant sprites. The beta version of the Revenant has a slightly different sprite compared to the final version. The final Revenant has a sort of red lower half, which is missing in the beta sprites. Doom RPG's interpretation of the BFG acronym. According to creator of the Iceberg themselves, this is in reference to the fact that in Doom RPG, there's a description for the BFG that says something along the lines of, "We'd tell you what BFG stands for, but this is an E-rated game." In other words, confirming that BFG does canonically stand for Big Fucking Gun. Creepy moving wall texture. This is in reference to this weird wall of faces that you can find in some of the classic Doom games. Doom 3 board game. Yes, there is an actual Doom board game which came out around the time of Doom 3. Apparently, it features up to 3 players playing as Marines and 1 player playing as the leader of the demons, and the Marines have to make their way through the Mars base and complete objectives while staying alive. Staying alive. Ha 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 ha. It seems to be a love it or hate it kind of game. Marines from Doom 1, 2, and 3 are different people. Pretty sure this is a rumor, but because of how nebulous the timeline of Doom is, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Doom Guy feels the demon's emotions. This is another theory that the Iceberg creator posited, basically saying that seeing how canonically after Doom Guy kills a demon, he absorbs their soul, then he should also be feeling their emotions, at least in part. Doom Guy is actually killing people who have sinned. Seeing how the armies of Hell are from Hell, it's possible that some of the demons we fight and kill are in fact sinners morphed into demons. It's kind of a neat theory that goes to make the game even more Christian. Hanged corpses are traced from Mussolini and his followers. Yeah, that's the one we were talking about earlier. Again, it's just a rumor so far, and hasn't been confirmed one way or the other, but these sprites of hanging corpses are very similar to and appear to have been traced from Mussolini and his followers after the people of Italy committed the last major act of regicide. So far. Brutal Doom's creator is a psychopath. So when I got to this part of the iceberg, I thought that this was just a joke. Brutal Doom is a Doom mod that makes the classic Doom games way more bloody and violent. I thought it was like, oh, this guy's gotta be a psychopath in order to make this, ha ha ha. No. Turns out this is in reference to a Reddit post which brings up some, concerning things about the guy's past. Some of the things he's done and said, and, yeah, these claims are not made lightly. I'll leave it in the description for you to read and make up your own mind, though. Hey everyone, I'm kind of sick right now, but in the editing of this part of the video, I kind of felt like I wanted to explain myself a bit better here. I'm not saying that I agree with the poster. In fact, I actually disagree with a lot of what this guy says. For example, he basically calls him every bad thing you could possibly call someone, but doesn't actually give any evidence to support that, which I'm obviously not okay with. And also, obviously, just because someone is a sociopath or psychopath or what have you, doesn't necessarily mean that they're a bad person, which seems to be a line that the creator is trying to draw, which I, again, disagree with. Yeah, anyways, back to the video. John Romero is Doom Guy. I'm pretty sure this one's just a shitpost. The Makers are demons, and Urdak is just another hell. Not true. In fact, the Makers are angels, and Urdak is heaven. Maybe this is a theory about how it's actually the other way around, but whatever. Hell's leader is now the Doomslayer. Also not true, at no point does he become the leader of Hell. At the end of Doom Eternal, he's locked in a sarcophagus again, and even if he was, I'm pretty sure he would just kill them all anyways. I suck at making maps. This is a secret message that can be found in Doom 64. I don't know why it's doing all the way down here though. Daisy's appearances in Doom Eternal are Doomslayer's hallucinations from grief. This is a very possible fan theory about all the times we see Daisy in Doom Eternal. It's not the actual Daisy back from the dead, just a hallucination that the Doomslayer is having, which explains why she got into such strange places. Always there, but always out of reach. UAC is a greedy corporation. Once again, my script is not helpful as I wrote, explain what UAC is. Okay? The UAC is the stereotypical science fiction greedy corporation that's doing all these experiments and whatnot that keep bringing the hell demons in, such as opening up hell portals and whatnot. Their presumable goal is just to make very powerful weapons using the powers of hell. Humans are all Martians. While there are definitely people who live on Mars, and perhaps even a few people born there, we see throughout the Doom series that most of humanity still lives on Earth. Doom Guy's family. Doom Guy does canonically have a wife and son, who were killed in the demon invasion. All you fuckers care about is the rabbit. of these are shitposts. Sorry. How one of them is just objectively the exact opposite of what happens. The only exception might be human-to-demon transformation, which is either a reference to the sinners as demons idea from way back up on the iceberg, or how in Doom 3 we get to see their transformations from human to demons. But yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing else here is actually serious. Well, that's anticlimactic. Because of that, I'm gonna add a few extra things that I think are pretty neat. Doom Guy's ouch face. A very rare and hard to see face in Doom. Originally meant to show up when you take 20 or more damage, but a programming bug made it so it would only show up if you lost and gained 20 or more damage at the same time. Beta Lost Soul. The beta version of the Lost Soul didn't have the flame that surrounded the skull, and instead of flying at you, it would perform a hit-scan psychic attack, which you really couldn't avoid all that easily. Yeah, they were a bitch. Doom Guy's canon name. I saved this one for last because it is cursed knowledge. While it's contested, and has been stated multiple times that he has no actual name, id Software did at one point give him an official name. In the Doom Bible, used and referenced during the creation of Doom, they reveal that Doom Guy's name is... Buddy Ducody. Yep, think about that. Now whenever you see this guy, you'll know that his real first name is fucking Buddy. It's fucking Buddy. Oh god. And with that, the iceberg is complete. Again, a sincere thanks to Out of Context Boomer Shooters and Saturn Scent for allowing me to do this. And also thank you to the Iceberg creators for helping me with actually trying to figure out what some of this stuff is. They had to tell me some stuff that I couldn't find through research, like the theories that they came up with and whatnot. But even though this video is over, Halloween sure as hell isn't. Because September only had one small video all month, then you guys are getting 2 videos this month. So get your costumes ready. And I'll see you on Halloween. Or, hopefully a few days before Halloween. You know what I mean. Fuck you. I'm Sir Strongman, and that was the thing.